Bears. Then we have the Vikings versus the Green Bay Packers. The Vikings have a surprising 3-0 start to the season, and the Packers kind of have a surprising 2-1 start after losing Jordan 1 the last play of the game of week 1. He did miss week 2 and week 3, but he is active to play week 4. As of right now, the Green Bay Packers have a 54% chance of winning this game. Mark, tell me how the Vikings can pull the upset over the Packers this week.
Well, Sam Darnold needs to keep playing how he's playing. I'm been calling it the Darnold Redemption Tour. You know, nobody expected him to come out and play this well with Minnesota. So that's key number one. Just keep playing the way he's playing, and they'll be okay. Two, he's been playing really good. Last week he had a really good game, but besides that, like his O line was not good. He still had 4 sacks on 28 attempts, so that needs to be better. And then the third thing I was thinking about is Aaron Jones is going back to Green Bay, the team that didn't want him anymore. They discarded him for Josh Jacobs. He went to Minnesota strictly to play for them and like for this game. I think he needs to have a revenge game because last week he had a good game, 19 attempts, 102 yards.
So it sounds like you thinking the running game is going to be a key, and Sam Darnold being Sam Darnold as of late. I can concur with that. However, the Green Bay Packers have one of the top defenses in the NFL right now. McKinney, right, has an interception every game so far this season. And I think for the Packers to win this game, he needs to continue to do that. They need to pick off Sam Darnold at least twice in this game because I feel Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, who is supposed to play this week, they're going to try to push the ball down the field early and often. If the defense shows that they are the top pass rated defense in the NFL that they are going to shut down Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings. Number 2 is they have to do what they've been doing the last couple weeks. Yes, I know Jordan Love will probably start this week's game. Yes, he will probably try to throw for 200 or 300 yards. They need to run the ball. They need to take the ball out of the Minnesota Vikings' hands, and their best defense right now is going to be their offense, keeping the Minnesota Vikings offense off of the field. The Vikings offense has been clicking on all cylinders right now, and you kind of need to derail that a little bit. And the last aspect of the game is if Jordan Love does play like I expect him to play, do not anticipate him playing 100%. Do not anticipate him being the Jordan Love like he was versus the Dallas Cowboys. Do not anticipate him being the Jordan Love the last half of the season. He has 2 weeks of rust on him. Let him ease back into this game and really kind of welcome back to the NFL per se. So, Mark, with that being said, Green Bay Packers do have a 54% chance of winning this game. Who are you taking, the Vikings or the Packers?
Even though I'm backing up the Minnesota in this one, I think Green Bay is going to win. I think Jordan Love coming back is going to be the key.
Yeah, and I like this divisional matchup. I like the Minnesota Vikings being on cloud 9 right now, being 3-0. I like the Packers getting a nice grungy win last week versus the Tennessee Titans. And I like the fact that Jordan Love is coming back for this division rival game. This game could potentially determine the NFC North, Mark. And I think the Green Bay Packers come out and they knock the Minnesota Vikings off from the undefeated aspect. I just think the Packers are a better all-around team, and they're built to do this. And I think Aaron Jones is going to try to play like he has never played before, kind of that Hercules Superman role, and that's ultimately going to come back and bite him in the back, like bite him in the butt, because Kevin Cummings says right here, Aaron Jones says he's doing the Lambeau leap if he scores. I mean, like, you are going to try to force Aaron Jones the ball in this game, like, I think, just so he can do that. And I think that's ultimately going to hurt the Minnesota Vikings. Do you think it would be smart for Aaron Jones to do the Lambeau leap?
No, dude. Like, that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard, to be honest. It's like, they're loyal to their team, bro, not you.
Yeah, I mean, if you can find some Minnesota Vikings fans like in the little corner, like the group of like 5 or 6 that are like always there, maybe try to go see that. But it is what it is. But guys, in the comments below, let us know, who do you got, the Vikings or the Packers? And if you want to enter the Week 4 NFL Pick'em, there's a link. There's a pinned link down there in the description below. Click on that link. It takes you to a Google Doc. It gives you a chance to win an NFL jersey this week, and it gets you entered in a chance to win $2,000 as well. And Derek says the winner of this game is going to come down to the kicker. Who has the better kicker? Well, clearly the Packers have the better kicker, right?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, I think the Packers have one of the best kickers in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. My man Jameson is in the chat as well. He says Packers because Jordan Love is back. Sam Darnold will return to form, and the Vikings bubble will pop, and they will fluke like they like the fluke like they are. So, I want to talk about Sam Darnold a little bit because I talked a little bit about this on Thursday's show. I was going to go more depth to it on Friday's show, but the hurricane hit here, and we had flooding and all that stuff. But that's besides the point. But I said Sam Darnold has proven himself to be a pretty resilient, pretty reliable quarterback. Once he's had a little bit of coaching with Kevin O'Connell and Kyle Shanahan, he's easily a top 13 quarterback in the NFL right now. It shows you how important coaching actually is in the NFL. Carolina, he was a 4-string quarterback. Jets, he was absolutely terrible. And now in the Vikings, he's potentially a top 13 quarterback. Do you think this run, Mark, by Sam Darnold is just a fluke, or is this actually the Sam Darnold that we kind of expected when he was drafted by the Jets?
I don't think it's a fluke. It's like you said. For me, it's always been about the right fit. You know, I'm a firm believer that guys like the guys that get drafted early in the first round, they need to go to a team with an offensive-minded head coach. I'm sorry, but when you go to a team that has a defensive head coach, he's not worrying about your development. You know, like the structure isn't there for him to improve and be better. So he got a raw deal. He went to the Jets. The Jets didn't know how to develop him. He goes to Carolina. They obviously don't know what the hell they're doing. And then now he went to Shanahan, who actually knows what he's doing. Like I said, an offensive-minded head coach. And then now he goes to Kevin Conn, who also is that way. So, yeah, I can see him doing well.
Yeah, and I also kind of want to add to the point that Jameson is a 49ers fan, so he knows about decent quarterback play, and it isn't a coincidence that every quarterback that comes to San Francisco under the Kyle Shanahan system is a decent quarterback. I mean, maybe he's just a good coach. Maybe it's not the system. Maybe he could actually coach, right? Because Jimmy G, decent quarterback. He went to the Raiders, shit, right? Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. Nobody thought he was going to do anything in the NFL. Look at him now, right? Now, the only outlier could be Trey Lance, but that really wasn't a Kyle Shanahan system guy. If I don't yeah, they drafted him, but he never really got an opportunity, right? He was kind of just thrown in the fire, said, good luck, buddy. But it is what it is. Jameson also says, hot take here, says every undefeated team will lose except for Kansas City this week. Ooh, okay.
Interesting.
Slow it down. Alpha Rob, my man is picking the Packers, but he also says that the Ghost Man, Darnold is balling though. He's definitely Sam Darnold is probably leader of the comeback player of the year right now, right, Mark?
Well, they said they changed the rules of the comeback player of the year. Like, you can't just come back from sucking. Like, that's not part. Like, you have to like come back from injury or something like that. So he's not even a candidate.
Oh, really? So being a backup quarterback on a team, going to another team and starting is not a candidate?
I mean, it could be, but I don't know. I'm not totally sure. Like I said, they changed the rules, and I think there's the rule. There's changed it. So just because of that, they don't want players who just played bad and all of a sudden get a comeback player of the year, you know?
Probably like Joe Flacco that come back and play good for 4 games and like, oh, comeback player of the year. Okay. 4 games. Awesome.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah. So
whatever. Yeah. Derek says jumping it in the crowd is a good way to get a free beer and some nachos. So yeah. So if you are the Green Bay Packers, if you are the ownership or the general manager and you're at the concession stands, you know, like you're a local high school team running the concession stand that particular game, you hope Aaron Jones finds the end zone twice, because I mean there's 20 more beers. Boom. Sold. And that's a couple $100, right? $18 a pop. Get you some bread, man. Get you some bread. Jamin says, unless San Francisco actually taught him to play quarterback, then he just is still below average. Kevin O'Connell's a good coach, Mark, right? I mean,
I think so. Mm-hmm. I agree, because we had the chance to hire him. I still don't understand why we didn't hire him and we hired fucking Nathaniel Hackett. So stupid.
Yeah, but that's besides the point. Because they were trying to get Aaron Rodgers.
I know. It just pisses me off because we could have had him because he's a great coach. And I love all the coaches that come from the Shanahan tree. All of them had success. All of them keep showing success. Like, they're the best coaches in the league.
Alpha Rob says that Sam Darnold could be a late bloomer like Rich Gannon was. We will see. We'll see. Like Jameson said, we'll see. Yeah, he also won a Super Bowl, right? Or at least took him to the Super Bowl with the Raiders.
Yep.
Carson Lanning says Darnold also said he learned how to play to study football from Brock Purdy. Interesting. I didn't know that. That's an interesting take. Kevin Cummings says Josh Allen was drafted by a defensive-minded coach. He's doing awesome.
Yeah, but he had good coordinators. He had Brian Dable, who's a great coordinator, and now he's got Joe Brady, who's another offensive great coordinator.
Yeah.
So you could have an offensive-minded head coach, but you got to have an offensive-minded somewhere to help the structure.
Yeah. Also, if you think about it, the year that he had, quote, a down year, which was last season, they fired that offensive coordinator mid-season. Insert Joe Brady. Insert 8 games in a row. So, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of coaching. Tiaco 2.6 just subbed. Thank you for subscribing. We definitely appreciate that. Carson says just going to say it. Hamlin didn't even win comeback player of the year, and he literally died on the field. And Carson, I'm just going to say it. Don't shoot the messenger. DeMar Hamlin was not a very good player. I'm just you kind of have to have a successful season. I believe last year he played maybe 15 snaps. So
he wasn't even a starter, dude.
Yeah. So Jameson's.
I'm with you, Buck.
And Jameson is defending Trey Lance here, or defending the 49ers, of course. He says Trey Lance was a dumb draft pick. He was never fit for the San Francisco 49ers. True.